What's up, everybody? This is Jake. Just had to do a little promo before this episode kicks off. I have a free stand-up special out now on my YouTube page. It's the Crowdwork album, the album that you know and love. Well, now you get to see it, see all the faces that I talk to. So if you're interested in that, just go over to my YouTube, just search Jake Silberman, or you can just go straight to youtube.com/Jake Silberman. And you'll see it up there. You'll see my little pretty face. And hope you enjoy. Check it out. Rate it. Review it. Love it. Comment. Give me money. You know, tell your wife. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Just anybody. Share it from your rooftop of the studio apartment that you can no longer afford to live in. So go over to YouTube. Watch it. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Clapton, back at it again, back in the room.
Oh, man, it's good to have you back, buddy. Welcome back, Max.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, really? You're happy? You sure you didn't want to just never come back to your house or your life, or just drive off and drive straight into the ocean and get it over with?
We're thinking about it. It's on the list of things, possibilities for the future here.
Couple double suicides, a pretty romantic way to go, my man.
No, I don't think we're going to commit suicide. I think we're just going to move, you know.
Oh, we're talking a little less than what I was imagining.
Yeah. Temporary.
Where are you going to move?
Social suicide.
I think we're going to Texas. I think I'm just going to follow Joe Rogan, as I've mentioned before, and just hope and pray that he sees me at a open mic in Austin and just lifts me out of the muck, gets me out of the dirt.
You guys do a little road gig, a maskless road gig in Lubbock, Texas, or some shit where freedom still is real, and you become his new opener, and you're like kind of an occasional podcast guest, and then you just blow up.
That's all it takes. Look, you know, he's losing all his friends to rape allegations, so he needs new friends.
Yeah, I mean, he does need a new crew of underlings, and you, if nothing else, would be an amazing underling. I
would gladly take that. And I haven't even raped anybody, so.
Yes, so you have, like, longevity in his crew.
I think that's in your next comedy bio, right? Like the next.
Yeah.
Your credits, and he hasn't even raped anybody.
I have I have no real credits. I just have basic good person credits.
Yeah, basic human decency is kind of what he's known for.
Yeah. Not outwardly racist, only on the inside.
Right. POC wife.
Yeah, that's honestly much better to have on your comedic resume than performed on the main stage at the Comedy Store.
Ooh.
Married to a POC immigrant.
What's the worst bio you've ever seen in your life? What's the worst credit you've ever seen on a bio?
Ooh.
Damn! Oh, I feel like an idiot because, like, on the spot, because we've all seen some bad ones.
Well,
yeah.
We've all.
I don't know. I think there's something to. One thing that I feel happens a lot that kind of makes me feel weird is when someone has a credit from like 30 years ago. Something, you know, it's like you're still putting like, evening at the Improv on your bio.
Old,
like that was
expired credits. Past the statute of limitations for an evening at the Improv. You know what you can tell someone is just bullshitting when they say performed all around the country.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
You can
all
tell
around
they
the
haven't
country
left the
equals
city.
What that means is you've done multiple open mic tours.
Yeah. You went on vacation and happened to do an open mic while you were on vacation.
You dropped in to an open mic in Miami and on your way to Disney World, and now you're a nationally touring comedian.
Yeah, that's a good
all
one.
over the country, baby. That is a great one.
I've according to Harvey's, I've consistently performed at clubs and colleges around the country.
And colleges.
That you didn't even tell him to say that, right?
No, that was the opening intro every time. And it's always just this mumbled. It sounds like the guy has a bunch of Xanax in his mouth. Jake, he performed in clubs and colleges around the world. Give it up for Jake Silberman.
Hell yeah!
And you awkwardly walk on and just be like, "What was that?"
Doing the announcements like they're eating potato salad simultaneously, like it's just. And I can't imagine a crowd member at Harvey's was ever like perked up at clubs and colleges.
Dude, they're literally they're literally already drunk and they're just like, oh God, I wanted to talk some more. I didn't want this stupid show to start.
Wait, we didn't come here to see comedy. We came here to just chat.
I wanted, give me a couple more $9 Miller Lights and let me just talk to the boys.
Yeah, have a full, like, loud conversation just right there. Insane.
I'm not going to lie. I'm very surprised that they haven't opened. I don't know, like, why, like, what is holding Harvey's back from opening their club?
A lack of anyone wanting to go there, I would say. Like, do you
really?
think
I feel like the Harvey's audience is much more fuck COVID.
Huh, maybe.
Oh,
maybe
for sure, but I'm talking literally just, like, I bet, like, 6th and, whatever those streets are. I bet that's, like,
it is nasty
gnarly.
down there. I don't know if you've.
That's gonna be extra gnarly.
If you've been downtown, that is it's a fucking bombed out and depleted like neighborhood now. I mean, it always was, but goddamn, dude.
Yeah, but there's more people out everywhere now. I
absolutely.
I bumped into someone on the street that I knew. That hadn't happened like for 6 months.
Holy shit! Yeah, that must have been surreal.
When you're just out walking around and you bump into somebody, you can't high five. Or I don't know why I would high five someone.
Yeah, well, how old are you?
You can't like shake
what are you on a
hand
You're on a fucking softball team with this guy.
We
hey,
did
buddy.
The Mark McGuire. We did the Bash Brothers forearm smash.
When you guys left, you both spit in the palm of your hands before you shook hands.
Yeah,
all right, man,
Blood
next
Brothers.
time.
But no, you can't. It's weird when you just meeting someone these days because you can't there's no formal introduction anymore. It's just, oh, hi.
You're just
and then you take a step away.
Yeah.
You both take a step away from each other. And then I was wearing a mask. He wasn't wearing a mask. So then I'm like, should I take off my mask? Is this weird if I keep my mask on?
No.
I took my mask off to talk to him.
Oh, you idiot.
Because I felt like it's rude.
You have that much of a weak constitution that you can't
It's
handle
not
a little
about
social
a weak constitution.
social
Shut up! You're doing
awkwardness.
open mics every third Friday every month here
What
for
open
yokels
mics
all
am I
across the
doing?
country.
Well, I'm touring. I'm a dude.
You're
I'm
a touring
performing
comedian during
I'm
COVID, so
performing
you have no
clubs
place.
in colleges across the country, Max.
Yeah,
Some of us
Jake's
have to
getting
work,
that I-5
Max.
comedy going on.
Yeah, when I ran out on stage, I high-fived the entire audience.
I'm just trying to imagine this person that you ran into that would have taken you keeping your mask on as like an insult. I'm like, my word.
Well, it is. I think I mentioned. I think you guys might know who it is. It's a guy that works at the local comedy club here.
Oh,
in Fort
yeah.
Worth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I thought maybe he would take offense to me keeping my mask on. I don't know what his politics are. I mean, I have some idea what his politics are.
Oh my God! This is even more disappointing that you decided that you couldn't hold your fucking that guy. You couldn't hold your will in for that dude.
You look at everything as like a primal confrontation, Jake. We're not like in the fucking.
Everything is.
We're not in the. It's not naked and afraid out here.
It's about to be,
Portland,
bro.
Oregon.
You better start practicing for that shit.
Just buy a gun.
Understand your alphaness, bro.
If you want to become
you were
alpha.
the alpha in that situation, by the way. If it's the guy I'm thinking of, you were definitely the alpha in that situation.
Listen to Jake talk about being alpha and not when I know he's never fired a gun in his life.
I've fired guns. I fucking
Pretty
fired
pathetic.
guns. I'm going fucking elk hunting in September, bitch. I'm Joe Rogan in this shit.
What are you hunting with?
Bow, compound bow.
Have you done that before?
No, my friend is taking me out.
You're gonna be out there like a Jewish Legolas, man.
Yeah, I'm just out there fucking whipping arrows around trying to take down elks and shit. It's gonna be sick. Yeah, we're going out for like a week in September, and I'm going to come back with some balls dragging on the fucking thing, and I'm going to present them at your door and show you who the alpha is, Max.
How do you kill an elk with a bow? Like, you have to get it in the heart or the lungs, right? Like, if you just shoot it in the ass, then you just kind of piss the elk off, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you got to get a kill shot. I mean, you probably only get one shot at it.
If you shoot an elk in the ass, it comes immediately.
Yeah, little known elk fact.
spot.
It just squirts out. It squirts all over the forest.
It just goes. Ugh.
Actually, a little jizz drips out the tip of each antler elk.
Antler.
It just goes.
I was watching this show on Netflix. It's called Alone.
Oh yeah.
Have you
I
seen
fuck
that?
with Alone. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good. This one guy, he was up in the Arctic. He killed a moose with a bow and arrow. You
I saw that.
Hit it in the lungs.
He just had to wait it out till it died, though.
Yep. And I heard an interesting thing. They were talking about it after the show ended because I won't spoil it, but people were mad that he killed a moose. Basically, like, why do you have to kill a moose? You know, this isn't a real survival situation. You're just kind of on a game show. But then they made a good point. It's like, well, you just kill a bunch of animals anyways in your daily life to eat them.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? You know how much that guy ate so much less meat being in Alaska than he did, or being in the Arctic than he would have in his real life?
Yeah. And then this was interesting. They were saying, like, why didn't you just put it out of its misery? You know, because he had to wait, like, hours for it just to die.
They said that on the show, why he didn't do that.
Well, you want to explain why?
Because if he hit it again, it might run off and he couldn't find it again, is what they said, I thought.
Oh, well, I heard that actually animals don't have many nerves, or we don't have many nerves, like, in our body. That's why, like, deep inside of our body, that's why, like, when you get stabbed or shot, you don't really feel it. It just feels like a dull pain.
Wait, what?
Sometimes when people get stabbed, they are not even aware of the fact that they have been stabbed.
You're talking out here like you've been stabbed a million times. You're like,
I've been stabbed a few times. I just got back from the coast. You know, it gets pretty grimy out there. But
Newport.
And the moose probably hadn't even seen the person who shot him, so the moose probably had no idea why it was feeling the way it was. So if he was
he's just getting all woozy, he's like, "Oh, damn, dog."
Pretty much, he doesn't.
That fucking bush I ate fucking hit me the wrong way.
I'm tripping balls, man.
So it's probably more calm, dying that way than if he saw the person.
Oh yeah,
and then tried to get up and then realized, oh, I can't get up and run. It would have freaked out, and it would probably been way more painful for the moose.
Well, the thing about that dude in the show is that he was like, hell yeah, dude, like, I'm set. And then he realized that, like, moose meat has, like, no fat on it, so he was, like, basically only eating protein, which, like, you can't just survive.
You starve.
Getting, like, protein poisoning, basically.
Yeah.
So he was all, like, fucking mad at himself because he was like, fuck, like, I have no fat, and I didn't know this, and, yeah. I don't know.
He had, like, 600 pounds of moose meat and was still starving.
Yeah, he lost like 70 fucking pounds. He was he was like the machinist, bro. He was looking like Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's crazy. You need a balanced
you live and you
diet.
learn.
It's important.
Got to have a balanced diet when you're surviving in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I saw that they finally airlifted that bus from Into the Wild. They finally got that out of there.
Oh, really? Damn. They're just like, you know what? We don't want this to be a gravesite anymore.
Yeah, they're like, look, we've been losing 9 white people a year to this thing ever since fucking Eddie Vedder sang that Big Hard Sun song.
Too many young white boys trying to come out here and find themselves.
Were people really dying going out there?
I'm sure people tried to copy it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, people would get fucking lost because it's like that was like out in the real shit.
They need GPS. I found the tallest tree without a trail, so it couldn't be too hard.
Yeah, you just fucking looked up.
Yeah, I forgot. You're the alpha of this pod. Tallest tree finder, the alpha of the pod. What's up with the coast? How was the coast?
It was all right. It was just, we actually came back a day early because the weather sucked. And, there's not that much summer days in Oregon, so you got to take full advantage of them. Kind of feels like a waste to spend like an August day at the coast when it's like 65, raining, cloudy, so...
Did you do anything nice on the day you got back to use the summer day, or did you just sit inside?
Oh, man. I forget what we did. Yeah, pretty much. No, I went on a walk, a long walk. That's when I bumped into the guy from the comedy club. So, without coming back from the coast a day early, I wouldn't have got that great story. He did give me some great intel on what's going on
Ooh.
at the comedy club.
What's the intel?
Well,
Yeah,
I already
what's
shared it
going
with
on?
you. It's more like just dirt on just trash talking other comedians that are at the comedy club.
By process of elimination, most people listening to this will know exactly who the trash was being talked about. There's only 4 local
It wasn't
comedians.
trash. It was just the way he said something. It was like, oh, okay. We both knew what he was talking about. We both smiled and went, good. Go on with your day, sir. It's basically
Was he waving a big American flag?
no, this guy.
Yeah.
No, the guy that I talked to, is probably MAGA, but we don't know.
He's an independent thinker.
He's a free thinker.
Yeah.
But I guess at the comedy club now they have to leave all the doors open to the showroom so he can
They do.
hear the show. And,
Yeah, they do.
So he can hear all the stuff that's going on in there. And I asked him, like, hey, are comics like doing jokes about the pandemic or the protests? He's like, no, not really. It's just like normal.
No, just classic old material. Why?
Isn't that strange though? Like,
Don't
how
update. No reason to update the classics, my man.
I feel like after this, every joke, like even your old jokes, are going to have to kind of be tailored to
You would
what
imagine.
just happened.
You would imagine
Absolutely.
that would be the case.
Like I have a great AIDS joke, and but AIDS ain't shit compared to COVID now.
Dude, AIDS can suck a COVID.
No one gives a
dick,
fuck
bro.
about
No one
AIDS.
gives a fuck about AIDS. AIDS is. You walk over AIDS,
Yeah,
dude,
people
to
would be
get to
like,
COVID, my man. COVID is the alpha disease right now. AIDS can.
that's so
fucking
2015. I caught AIDS and kicked that in a fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I got a little Truvita, dude. Suppressed the shit out of that and just moved on with my life, my man.
Yeah, man. It's weird. It's weird, like, thinking about what jokes you can do, what jokes don't make any sense anymore. It's crazy.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Can't wait till Trump wins again and we get all the new hot Cheeto Man jokes again. 2020.
Dude,
2020 Cheeto Man jokes are going to be sick.
I don't know, man. If Trump loses, I think that's bad for all these comics and basically comics that have just made a career off of dumping on Trump. Like, it's over for them.
No, they'll go on to a new hack premise. Hacks find a way, dude. I truly believe that hacks find a way.
Have you seen that girl on Twitter that has like 2 million followers? And I think all she does is just lip sync Trump speeches.
Sarah Cooper, I think her name is.
Yeah.
She's hosting one of the late nights, like they're like Jimmy Fallon, I think, or not
Jimmy Kimmel?
Fallon. Jimmy Kimmel is like doing like letting guest host, and she's guest hosting this week.
Damn. I'd never heard of her before her.
I think she does do some like normal stand up. I think she is like I think she likes based in the Bay, but she wasn't like a big name.
Ugh.
And then she started doing those videos. I just read an article about her because I think we were talking about her in the group chat, and I was like, why do people think this is funny?
It's crazy.
But they were like, and we were talking about this, and then I read an article kind of confirming it. They're like, dude, boomers love her.
Yeah.
Because, like, anti-Trump boomers they just hate Trump, that they're like, yeah, like, he's, like, this confirms that he's dumb. And so, like, she gets eaten up by all, like, people our parents' age. They're just like, hell yeah, dude, have you seen the new Sarah Cooper video? And it's like, yeah, they're all the same. I couldn't tell you which is which, dude. They're all the fucking same. Dude, boomers literally were saying that the reason that Trump was canceling TikTok was because of Sarah Cooper. They were like,
oh, shit. Is she bigger on TikTok than she is on Twitter? Because she has 2 million followers on Twitter.
No, she has like 100,000 followers on TikTok. Like, she's not huge. Dude, they were saying that Trump might not even know about her. Like, and if he does,
Why would he give a shit?
I mean, dude, there are people like, yeah, Trump, we're getting to Trump. Like, Sarah Cooper is winning. It's like, okay. All right, let's, slow it down.
If she's a Bay Area based comic, then that I could tell you right there, case closed. Not a good comic.
God.
If you are based in the Bay Area, unless you're like Robin Williams, who's like made it and then just moved back to San Francisco, that's a big. in my book. Bay Area, Seattle. I'm trying to think of where else. Those are the two main ones. If you're based out of those places, you are trash.
Wow. Max, calling in the Busters.
Am I wrong?
I don't know as many Bay Area people, so it's hard for me to say. The Seattle
exactly.
one, for
you
the
don't
most
know
part.
any.
Well, fuck, they don't know us, bro. We suck too.
I know. But if you are based in one of these,
I know, I suck. You're right.
Well, of course, I'm not saying Portland's any great shakes, but I'm just saying there's certain places where if you're a comedian and you've never left that place, you cannot be that good.
At least Portland's like the most affordable place of those options to be.
Yeah, if you're going to be in a
comic.
whack comedy scene, you might as well be in something that's a little more affordable than the Bay or Seattle.
That's true.
So we got that for sure.
Yeah, we got that shit on lock.
Hey, is Kyle Kinane moving to Portland?
He already lives here. He lives in Beaverton.
How long has he lived in Beaverton for?
At least a month or so. I
Oh,
don't know
okay,
if-
so it's recent.
Yeah, I don't know if all these people are like moving temporarily or if they're just like fuck LA permanently. Like, I'm big enough, I don't need to be there anymore.
Yeah, I can't own a or like I don't want to buy a house there. It's millions of dollars where I can spend like 1/5 of the price and get a home.
Well, fucking
In Portland.
who's left? Rogan is left, so he's like the king of, like in terms of like the guy.
Callan's still there.
Callan
He's holding down the fort.
Kellen is holding it down. Well, see, like that shit is like, what happened with that? Because the article came out, he denied it, and now is it just like, well, I guess that's it? Like, is the investigation over?
I think so. I think that's all we're gonna get out of that. But who else is left?
Joey Diaz is moving back to New Jersey. His podcast is over. He's ending his podcast and moving to New Jersey at the end of August.
Why do you have to end your podcast? It's just him.
No, well, he has a
The producer Lee's going someplace
Lee
else.
Syed is moving, like going to Milwaukee or some shit.
Oh shit! Wait, does that guy do stand up?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. I've never seen it, but he
Me
started
neither.
doing stand up because he was on the pod. But so Joe Rogan, Diaz. Joe Rogan was saying that Theo Vaughn is like moving to like Nashville, maybe.
Damn.
And then I'm sure, and then like Kinane. I'm sure like other people that aren't as big as those names are probably like. I mean, dude, like we might have talked about this already, but like some people I follow on Instagram, I'm like all of a sudden they're just holding down these pretty sick homes all of a sudden, like like our level comics where you're just like,
okay.
whoa, like you have like a pretty sweet pad, like you're like in Connecticut all of a sudden, like because a lot of these like New York comics or LA comics have like wealthier families that they come from that they got out of like those cities.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fucking weird. It's fucking crazy to see, like, especially some of these comics I know. I'm like, damn, you're like super woke, and then you just come from this like super stacked family.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
that's how they got rich.
That's how they got rich
by being on the right side of history.
Right. They just good ideals and values often make one quite wealthy.
Yeah, if you're on the right side of history, you're also on the right side of a lot of stock trades. That's just how it works.
You're on the right side of the board for any hedge funds. You somehow have a seat at a number of tables that coincidentally allow you to have all these nice opinions.
Huh. Well, I wonder if I'll fit in Austin. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how I'm gonna.
You're weird. You're weird in a way that like you're like kind of off-putting, but you're that makes you
thanks.
weird and shit.
Right. I can see that. Yeah.
Hey Max,
Yeah.
when you and your wife were at the coast, did you guys do the thing where you each take your shoes off and roll your pant legs up just like a quarter, and then walk holding hands just like in the shallow part of the water, just like where the water goes and gets your feet?
Nope. Did not touch the water at the Oregon coast. Did not set foot in the ocean.
Wow, pathetic,
It's too cold.
dude. You
Hey,
gotta
no,
touch
congrats,
it's the
man.
ocean, dude.
I didn't know that was an option for a couple to go to the coast and not at least get one of like the ankle strolls.
Right. To not do something kind of gay is weird, actually. It really stands out.
As a married couple?
As a married couple, to not
Yeah.
do some kind of gay married shit, I don't know.
There's nothing good. Like, what's the point of going in the ocean?
Well, what's the
in
point of
Oregon?
being at the damn coast if you're not going to touch the greatest body of
I know.
water?
Okay, you know
is-
what we did do that was like stereotypical? We went out to the beach the first day and watched the sunset. That's something
Well,
we
of
did do.
course. Lock it down. You're
Yeah.
trying to get laid, aren't you?
Well, I didn't need to do that to get laid. Come on.
Oh, this sunset don't need to. The sunset ain't opening up the legs, baby. That's all Max.
Yeah, the sunset isn't the closer. Your boy is the closer.
What is up with this controversy about the Cardi B song? Like, am I missing something of like what people are? Have you guys heard that song, WAP
Yeah.
or WAP or however you say it?
Which stands for wet ass pussy, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes.
I don't
Nice.
know. It's like it's
It's again. I'm gonna say this: both sides are retarded. Can we?
what
just,
are the sides to this one?
I mean, the song is just to me.
Wet
it's just
and
like
dry.
it's just a dumb. It's just another rap. I don't know. It's like
No, it's another one of these. Okay, is there one female rapper that their whole thing isn't just over sexualizing themselves and through their music?
Ooh,
I know that they say
this is a
about
special call. This is a special calling from Ben Shapiro.
I know that they say this
Holy
about rap
shit.
music in
we
general.
got Ben Shapiro on the line.
But like, why? No, but it's
Ben
it's just-
Shapiro, dude. Ben, tell us how much you hate wet pussies.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like, okay, like Foxy Brown, Little Kim, who else? Who was the one before Nicki Minaj? All their shit is just like the biggest female rappers in the world. They only do these songs that like over sexualize themselves. There's no substance to their music, ever. And it's just like, okay, another one of these. I know I sound like an old man right now, but it's just like,
I mean, you are, and that's tight.
do you listen to this song? Do you listen to Wet Ass Pussy, Jake? And
Well,
be
no,
like,
but I'm not
"Damn,
the.
this
I'm not
is-
the fucking. I'm not the fucking. Yeah, I mean, it's not for me. I listened to it only because I kept seeing it online. I was like, all right, what? I just want to know what people are talking about.
Mhm.
And I went on, and I was like, okay, this seems like a run of the mill,
Yes.
like whatever. Like it. I
I
guess
don't-
because it's so graphic. I guess that's why people
It's
are like.
not even that graphic, though.
Dude, we as a generation, all three of us on this pod, grew up with My Neck, My Back, which is a much
Right.
better and more like that was actually taking risks. Kia, my
or
gal
let me
Kia,
smell your dick.
my
that
gal
song.
Kia was taking risk out there, dude.
What
That
about
is a
what
classic.
happened to the classics like "Let Me Smell Your Dick"?
Who sung "Let Me Smell
I
Your
forget
Dick"?
who
was a
sang it,
banger.
but it's a great song.
Dylan, what was the one you mentioned the other day? Salt and Pepper, or what was the?
Oh, like just the shoop.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean, come on.
that,
There's a lineage of women talking about getting it. Like acting like wet ass pussy is anything new is just bullshit.
like really though, anyone who gets upset about a fucking song is
Tar.
dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's just they're like anyone that would like gives a shit about a song or anything. It's like worst case scenario with a song, you don't listen to it. Like that's the ultimate. Like it stops there. Like if it's a song you weren't gonna listen to anyways, what do you give a fuck?
All these people think that any like new graphic vulgar song is like a sign of Western civilization crumbling. Like they always equate it to some type of like civilizational downfall. Like two women rapping about their pussies being wet is somehow gonna but not like a virus ripping through the country, not like global. Like they never have a lot of opinions on that. It's always like gay songs. They're like, this is really what's causing this whole country to fall apart.
Fucking people have been writing songs about wet pussy since songs were ever written.
Yeah, dude.
That's like
That's what we want to talk about. That's what we're into.
I don't know. This is like, aren't we over? Like, how many songs can there be about that? Oh, and it
I'm
was
not
risque,
saying that-
by the
I'm
way,
not-
that
I'm not
saying, "Let me
saying
smell
that
your dick."
I'm not saying that the fucking song is like great, but worrying about this shit is so whack.
Yeah, I agree. That is wet.
Like, yeah, like, do I think that this music, that kind of shit is kind of played out, sure. But it's not for me. I'm not into that kind of shit anyways. So whatever. Let them do what they want. But being a little bitch about it and like tweeting about it and like Ben Shapiro dedicating like a show to it, or whatever he was doing, it's just like, dude, get over yourself, my man. Go
and
fuck
also,
that
like,
wife.
One thing, like, Jake, I know you could probably speak to this too, is like growing up, like being a metalhead, like
we
metal bands,
we can't
like,
really talk. We can't talk shit.
Yeah, but also like that has like numbed me to any sort of like, oh, this song is like controversial, you know, like yeah, I was listening to Cannibal Corpse.
I was about to say, go listen to, or even just read a Cannibal Corpse album title, and you're like, I guess Wet Ass Pussy doesn't have shit on this.
Yeah. You search Cannibal Corpse, and it's like the first track that comes up is "I Come Blood."
Yeah, Wet Ass,
and that came out. And that was in 1992.
Wet Ass Pussy ain't got shit on "I Come Blood."
Yeah, so it's just I just don't care. And if you're worried about your kid watching a music video, like they're gonna watch whatever the fuck they want on the internet. Like that's just what
I think people give a fuck though. Metal, no one gives a fuck about metal except like people who are into metal. Like they used to care. They used to care. Like Tipper Gore and all these people, like all these goody two shoes, used to give a fuck. But then once hip hop became a thing and it was like black people saying wild ass shit, they were like, all right, these little like long haired white douches, like those are not what we're worried about. Now it's like black fucking people wilding out doing their shit. That's where now all the focus on that. Because also metal isn't in like commercials and shit. Metal isn't in like mainstream.
Neither is Wet Ass Pussy.
Yeah,
You're not gonna sell Ritz crackers with Wet Ass Pussy.
Yeah, but hip hop is in like a lot of commercial shit now. It doesn't need to be Wet Ass Pussy. Hip hop itself is it's a global. No, metal is like only enjoyed by metalheads. Like,
doesn't
you might be like a casual fan.
Sell out all across the world. I feel like it's
because of metal
they've
fans.
Retired. Yeah,
and they're done.
They've retired.
And their lead singer is hella mega.
Tom Araya's MAGA.
One of those dudes is super mega. I thought it was the lead singer. One of the guys is hella mega.
No one over 30 years old should care about any song that's released. You shouldn't care about music even. You know, you should already
you
have
should
the
not
stuff
know
that you
what
listen
music
to.
is going on. You should be done with new music.
Yes.
Once you hit 30, you should be over. You should have your bands. And you should be like, that's it. You don't get any new bands trying to keep up with motherfuckers. You look fucking pathetic, dude. You're done.
Yeah,
music
the
isn't
new
for
Pearl
you.
Jam
absolutely.
just wasn't the same as their last 4 albums. Like, shut up. They peaked 20 years ago. They're done making music.
Yeah,
you don't need to
just
care about it anymore.
Yeah, you wear fucking Crocs to their concerts, bro. Shut the fuck up.
They're just going to play the songs of theirs that you already like for the rest of your life, and that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's all we want.
See some of these guys fucking like, I don't know, man. I don't know why. I just have like a special place of hate in my heart for like middle-aged white dudes who are like super into rap. I'm like, I don't trust this guy at all, dude. I do not trust. I
don't
know
trust
it's like
you and those Jordans. Do not trust them.
I don't. I'm kind of just like, what the fuck are you up to, man? What are you hiding under there? And I know that's super whatevs, but I just don't buy it.
You think that it's a front?
I think it's a front for some weird fucking feelings that they got, that they just like, yeah, I love rap.
When I did the dope show at the Undertow Comedy Festival, I had to walk over to a guy's house in between sets and take dabs in this basement of this house that they had rented. And the guy that was orchestrating the whole thing, like, he was a talker. He was just fucking talking on and on. I'd be back at the show by a certain time to do my set. And like, he was just talking, and I was just zoning out until at one point, the last straw was, he goes, yeah, and that's why, like, I only listen to really like 90s era hip hop, I feel that's like the best. And that's when I was like, dude, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, I don't need your fucking breakdown of DaBaby, you motherfucker.
DaBaby.
Isn't that a rapper, DaBaby?
Yeah, it was just the last rapper I would have thought of from the 90s.
No, if he was going to start talking shit about new music. I think DaBaby's new. God, I don't give a fuck about rap.
How
Jake
white do
Jake
we sound
knows.
right now? How white do we sound?
Well, dude, here's the thing. When I did Doe, like Thomas would play all this like new rap, so I would kind of like one time like Thomas wasn't there, and I was like, I had like a phone, and I was like, well, we should play.
You should
music,
explain
Shane.
to the audience what Doe is. It's the preeminent black comedy show in
with a
Portland.
white host.
With a white host. It's the blackest show with a white host.
Yes, it's the black. Yeah, and that's what our new tagline was: "Blackest show with the white host." Yeah, Doe is a weekly comedy show that I was a part of. It was.
I mean, it's not black enough to have an old-fashioned microphone on the poster, but still.
No,
pretty black.
unfortunately, it didn't. And it didn't have the fucking comedy and tragedy faces in the corner.
Shit!
It didn't have.
It didn't have any like those J.J. Abrams like motion or like light bursts coming through off the edges.
It didn't have 3 production companies putting on a local show called Mike Ripa's, where it was like,
Yeah, you don't have a producer of your local comedy show. There's no production company putting on the show, so it's not that black, but it is. It's pretty black.
None of the 3 hosts none of the 3 hosts have a stage name.
Yeah, we. So, but Doe is, it was a weekly show, and it was myself, Shane, and Chris, and then we had Thomas as the guy who did the music. And so it was like, it had a hip hop feel. It had Thomas was into anime, so he placed anime shit before the show, and we would play hip hop. Well, one time Thomas wasn't there, and I was like, "Oh, we should put music in." So I was plugging my phone, and I was like, Shane, like, who should we play? I was like, I don't know. It's like Migos popular, and he just looked at me. He was like, "Dude, just give me the fucking phone." Like I was just like, had no. I was like, Migos are a rap group, right? Like. He just looked at me so disgusted. Was like, "Dude, get the fuck out of the way, bro."
Is Migos done?
I don't know if they're done, but he just clearly knew that I was just like,
that was
let's
the
see.
white answer.
Rap. Let's see. Who's a rapper? Migos. That's who I know.
Shane looked at you and was like, "I would rather be working at Trader Joe's right now than listen to you ask that fucking question."
It was his look in his face was the equivalent of someone palming your face and just like mushing your face out of the way.
I'm surprised he didn't just like take his index finger and like
I think
put it
Shane
up to your
seems
lips
to
and-
know a little bit about it.
Okay.
I mean,
Dylan's cutting out.
Dylan cut out as soon as he tried to give a hip hop take. The world was like, "Ain't no hip hop takes coming from you, bro." But yeah. Anyways,
No, I finally signed up for Apple Music. I hadn't had a music service up until now.
You know they got rid of the browse function on Apple Music
what do you mean?
right after when the whole when all the protests started. They in honor of Black Lives Matter, they got rid of the browse button on Apple Music.
For how long?
Just a day.
Oh,
But I think it was to let people know what it feels like to be black in an Apple store.
can't browse.
There's an employee walking behind you the whole time.
Hey, you can't look. Don't look. Don't touch.
But I'm gonna kill it after COVID's done, baby.
Yeah. You can't, in a year and a half when people are like, "What did they do?" You're like, no, it was a while ago. It's like right when corporations were getting into Black Lives Matter for about 24 hours.
Yeah,
It was a good time.
No, that joke got 3 likes on Twitter. Should have got way more.
Oh fuck.
So how's
Yeah.
Apple Music, Dylan? Is it worth the $9.99 a month?
Hey, I'm on my first 3 months for free. So
I
hell yeah.
right
remember
now it's fine.
I did that too. I did the free subscription when the when the new Dr. Dre album came out like 5 years ago.
Oh shit! What was it? Was it Compton? Because it wasn't
Yeah.
Detox, right?
No, I don't think Detox ever came out, but
Yeah. Was that Dr. Dre album any good?
it was okay. Like, who am I to say? I don't know. Now I'm the guy in the basement of the Undertow Comedy Festival, but yeah, it was fine.
No, well,
it wasn't
I felt
like
like
as
that,
good as
like-
Chronic 2001, but
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you're not gonna beat that.
well, you
That
had
was
like
the
20
shit,
years
dude.
to work on this album, or
Yeah, but
15.
Yeah, he was almost a billionaire by the time he made that new album, dog.
That's true, and I heard he
can't
doesn't even-
like. I mean, come on.
he like farms out his production to other people now.
Oh
At
yeah,
least that's what I heard.
it's over, Dre. You got your billion. Move on.
Hell yeah.
Move on.
If anyone deserves it, it's Dr. Dre.
All right, so here's I like when rappers like Dr. Dre, he's been rich for like longer than he wasn't at this point. Because he was starting to get rich in his like 20s, right? And he's got to be in his
He's like 50.
right. So he's been rich longer than he hasn't at this point. Like, is rap just one of those things where you kind of keep getting to talk about the hard life, even if you're like, you've been a multimillionaire for 3 decades? Like, it seems like rap you don't really get to, like, you can't age out of that, it seems like. It's just like, yep, still talking about the same shit I did when I was actually living it, even though I haven't lived it for 30 years.
Well, one thing I think that's interesting about Dr. Dre is like he's a producer. Like he raps, but like his raps, like other people write the lyrics for him. Like his genius is in his production. So that's kind of the thing where it's like you would think he'd be releasing shit all the time because like, you know, musically he can just like, you know, with his ability to use samples and shit, like he could be creating like amazing beats and then just giving them to like the rappers that are fucking hungry coming up.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I guess like
He produced
I don't know.
Eminem's and 50 Cent's album.
Yeah, and I mean like just that alone, he's like, what the fuck else do I have to do? Like I've already done everything. I watched the Defiant Ones, the thing on HBO about him and Jimmy Iovine on
good?
HBO. Like, yeah, that was dope. They fucking worked with everybody. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. I remember the first time I like heard like the original song of a thing that had been sampled in a rap song, and I was like, "Oh, this is where all this shit comes from." Like, I didn't get that it was like when you would hear these little things. Like, I just thought that someone made that. You know, I was like, "Oh, like someone like had people do this little singing or this little line," and then you hear the actual like, you know, original like 70s funk song or whatever they took from it, and you're like, "Oh." And then you like realize that that's all like you're just like, "Oh, like these are all those things."
You thought Puff Daddy wrote "I'll Be Missing You."
Yeah, I was like,
by
"This
the Police."
I was like, "This
You're
is
like,
sick, dude."
Dude, Steve fucking ripped off Puff Daddy. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, I remember actually that was a thought. I was like, "Oh, crazy! This other dude like made a different version of this song. This white guy made a different version of this song."
Well, because that's what happens now. It's like a white chick with a ukulele covering every rap song.
Yeah,
like that has never been done before.
What
ass pussy.
I remember like the first version of shit like that I ever heard was like some bluegrass band covered Gin and Juice,
right?
Like in like
I
2005.
Oh, yeah,
and that was like right at like the height of, you know, like LimeWire and shit.
Wasn't that Blues Traveler? No,
I thought it was Fish or something, but that's depending on whatever LimeWire
said it was.
Yeah,
properly labeled, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude! I've been sending you guys on the group chat like I just with like with everybody at home. Like when I was planning like a tour across, I had to join all of these like different cities fake comedy Facebook groups.
Yeah, regional comedy Facebook groups.
And you know, like we talk hella shit on ours because there's all like drama, but like, which is great. And honestly, it's probably the best part of local comedy is the
absolutely
just, like, watching the fucking
drama,
the gladiator pit of retards fight each other. But like for the most part, like we have these personal dramas, and I'm sure the other groups have them. I just don't pay attention, and I don't know the characters. But like the Portland comedy does like pretty much keep out like basically the equivalent of like junk mail. Like it's just a bunch of it's like spam.
What is the junk mail?
Spam.
What is the junk mail?
The junk mail is like either like bad show posters or like, and then some people just post their weird little sketches, or straight up people will be like going live, like they'll Facebook Live and they'll post it to the board.
Oh no!
And no one deletes it. No one is saying why is this
How
on
big of
here?
a scene is this? Is this like Cheyenne or?
No, dude.
Boise?
I'm part. Dude, there's like 4 different ones for Chicago. Like I'm a member of like 3 or 4 different Chicago groups. And there's this
segregated.
Yeah, I think I'm in the black one and the white one. And in one of them, it's just this woman who constantly posts her own weird little videos, and I'm like, what? How is this helping the scene? Like, this is just you promoting your dumb shit.
Yeah.
And
It's just straight mental illness. Like,
the one I've been sending you guys lately, I've been following my new man, Puppet the Psycho Dwarf.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where he's based out of because all it is promoting these like Zoom shows or whatever. But I found it in one of the Chicago groups I'm in, and it's like the poster I sent you was Psycho the Puppet Dwarf, Special Ed.
Who is Psycho the Puppet Dwarf? Is it
He's just a midget or
puppet?
dwarf?
Is it a ventriloquist?
No, he's just a dwarf comic.
Oh, he's a little person.
He's a little person.
Yeah. LP.
Bitchy Betty, and then a white dude named Cupid who looks like he has a mild to severe meth habit.
Now, is this a comedy team, or are these all separate?
I think it was just like a
a show,
a showcase online. I don't know if they know each other. I don't know who books it, but just the fact that these 4 like comics. Dude, I just got in this weird rabbit hole, man, because once you start looking at a show poster, you know, I like looked at Psycho, the Puppet Dwarf, like YouTube videos, and I'm like,
I
dog,
watch that shit.
Like, we all think like, oh, like if we just keep grinding at comedy, like maybe eventually we'll get like whatever, like you could get some goal, but you don't realize if you start looking for comedy videos on YouTube, man, the amount of just like road dog videos, guys you never have heard of and you never will. They're just, I mean, it's like these like bar shows with like 30 views, and like you're just look at it and you're like, dude, am I staring into my own fucking future here? Like you're just like, not everybody gets the fucking fun stuff. A lot of people just get, I'm doing fucking, you know, I got to do a Wednesday night in Billings, and this is like the best paying gig of my month, and that's it. That's what your career is.
You're free.
Yeah, you're
not
free.
clocking in and you're not clocking out.
You're not a little
Yeah,
rat
you're not
following
suckling
the
at
pellet.
the teat of your employer.
God, dude, that was so
something to be
fucking
said
funny.
for that. It's like the people on the show alone. You know, they're like, this is how people were meant to live. They hate going to 9 to 5 so much that they'd rather starve in the Arctic. That's what road dog. It's the same mentality for a road dog. I'd rather starve, sleep in my car, eat bar food every night of my life than ever set foot in an office ever again.
I mean,
I commend them actually.
No, you know what? You're right. I just think like I'm more looking at it as not even the road dog life as just like, I don't know. I mean, maybe you can be doing fucking like, I mean, I don't know. I just think like a lot of the comedy falls in the same vein where you're just like, oh, this like kind of blows. Like it's not like.
Well, what are the chops of Tommy the Psycho Puppet Dwarf? Like, how long has he been doing stand up?
Well, he's like
an
adult man. I have no idea. He's not like a young dude.
Like you get these guys, you know, through every. This guy's a wash. He'll wash out in 6 months. I guarantee.
No, I think this is his life, bro.
You think he's a full time?
He's a lifer.
Comic?
I think he's a lifer for sure.
Upon watching his videos, and this is a thing I've noticed from a certain brand of just bad comedy, it's become one of my favorite things. It's the like you say the setup where you say something really outrageous, and then you pull the mic away from you. And after you say the punchline, you know, It's just like, yeah, and wet ass pussy.
Oh shit. Anyways, I got a T-shirt that says "wet ass pussy" with some Comic Sans water drops coming off of it. If you're trying to buy my merch,
I got a wet ass pussy koozie.
I got a production company. Check them out.
Yeah.
I got business cards.
Fire Mike Rippers 420@gmail.com. Hit me up.
All your purchases, a certain amount of it goes to proceeds.
For me. It's so great. Yeah, I pitched merch. I did a backyard show at Salem, and me and Jeremiah did the show, and we each had T-shirts for sale, and nobody bought anything from us.
Okay, so is this the same backyard?
Same backyard. 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later or whatever, yeah.
Has anyone died from COVID that was there at the first show?
Not that I heard of. I mean, it was weird. This second show was a little more of a hang than I was comfortable with. The last show, it was just like, people came, they were watching the show, no one was really just hanging out. And this one, it was like, by the time the show was over, there was like, just like 10 people in the back who were like kind of talking through the show and like, kind of just like getting drunk. And it was like, dude, like, bitch, like, we're in a fucking pandemic and like, we're already having this backyard comedy show and you're here to crowd a backyard and kind of talk through our shit. Like, it was just so, like, what?
Yeah, that's extra bad.
Like, we don't deserve to get over this shit, man. It was just like fucking... I mean, look, I can't really talk because I was doing the show, but the first one I felt was pretty safe. Like, and like for me as a performer, I felt pretty safe because I stood in the very back until I had to go on, went on. We were about at least 10 feet away, wiped the mic down, did my set, got off, went right... But like... It was just like, so you guys are just here to fucking hang out and just party, and like, I mean, you couldn't do this in any other backyard. They went to a
backyard in Salem to see great stand-up comedy.
They were like, look, we hear 2 local Portland legends are rolling through tonight, and
yeah, they both got good T-shirts too, from what I've seen on their websites. So we better roll through.
We better roll through, look at them, and not buy them.
All sizes are available. So.
I take Venmo, I take Cash App, I take PayPal, I take Square.
On the ride down, you're like, motherfucker, I'm selling more shirts than you. Were you guys like beefing over the setting up the T-shirt real estate?
I assumed Jeremiah would get more because he's better at it and he's been doing it longer. But literally, we sat there in the corner for about 5 minutes and it was obvious that no one was going to buy anything. So we just hit the road. Dude, we went to a fucking Sonic drive-thru and, like, we got there, and the woman in the fucking, like, voice box, like, couldn't speak slow enough, and it just sounded like she was being, like, held hostage. Like, she was just like, welcome to Sonic, do you want to, just a second. And then she just took, like, 10 minutes to, like, answer us, and me and him were like, yo, is this bitch dead? Like, did someone cap her in the meantime? And, you know, Sonic Salem would not recommend the Salem Sonic.
I've never been to a Sonic.
I don't know if I had either.
Sonic was one of, like, I would see ads for it, like commercials, but I've never been to one.
Yeah.
Well, I think the bigger thing is that you can, like, pull in, and I don't know if they deliver your food to your window or if it's just like you get to get it and sit in the car. Like, there's something all those commercials with those two dudes.
Yeah, it's like a 1950s drive-through where they bring it out to you in the car, and you order through the intercom.
But it's just
sometimes
like garbage
they're on roller
food.
skates. Yeah.
Oh shit, they're the roller skate place.
I guess.
I think that's the aesthetic that they're going for. But then they kind of pivoted just to be a place that just sells crinkly fries. I don't know. It has two dudes in all their commercials for the last 20 years.
And they're just like, hey, I like hot dogs.
They're single-handedly keeping, like, a section of improv comedy employed.
Are those improv guys?
Yeah,
those
they
dudes?
are. They're like, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
They've been in stuff, too. I've seen them in different shows, too.
Well,
like,
they are the Sonic guys.
But they are Sonic guys, yeah.
That's like how they probably multimillionaires, like tens of millions of dollars in
100%.
Yeah.
National commercials.
And they're like basically like spokesmen for it. Yeah, for sure.
But imagine them like they're trying to do improv and they're like, we need a suggestion. Someone's like, hey, do hot dogs.
Yeah. They try to do a 2-man show.
Sonic.
Like, like the Schwartz and Middletich or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking for strawberry lemonade. God damn.
Tater tots.
How about you're rolling on your rollerblades and you eat shit and you spill their food?
Sucking the dude's dick next to you in the Sonic drive-thru. Is there like improv teams that only ask for like dirty or like grind? There's like a sex positive improv team out there that's just like,
oh, there has to be,
right? Somebody doing some fucking like blowjobs. Oh my god. wow, I was sucking this guy's dick the other day, and it was just so soft.
Or what about just a porn, like an improv porn? Like just
You mean where there's no director and they're just fucking each other naturally?
no,
Just
it's like a live
freestyle?
sex show, but it's like a donkey show, but
Oh, where they're
only
like,
suggestions from the audience.
yeah, anal. It was like, oh god, you guys,
Someone original. Can we...
DP. It's like, we're gonna need another dick up here. We're gonna need one hard cock to DP.
We need
my
a
ass.
volunteer from the audience.
Well, is this like a bunch of sex offenders are the only audience members? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, wow, this Groupon from Comedy Sports isn't what I expected.
God damn. I did. There's like a show in Seattle it was like a midnight show in Seattle that happened.
Trash.
In the comedy
Seattle trash.
Trash.
Amazon, bunch of Amazon bitches.
Didn't you and Brandon go out to Seattle? Like, did you ever do have you done much comedy in Seattle, Max?
Yes. I've done comedy I've done comedy all around the country, first of all.
Clubs and colleges or what? Have you
A
done
lot of
clubs and
colleges, a lot of community colleges, master's programs, PhD programs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
pretty much them all.
I'm kind of a medical school comic. I'm kind
Med
of
school,
like,
law school. I do law school.
Yeah.
I do trade schools. I'll do fucking trade school.
yeah.
I don't care.
I actually
But,
trade school ones would be fun. They'd be a good audience. Blue collar
Yeah.
guys.
Online.
Yeah.
A lot of Zoom
Yeah.
shows at
I do a lot
Phoenix
of
Online.
University of Phoenix.
But
Yeah.
no,
DeVry.
Seattle. Okay, sorry. No, I've done comedy in Seattle. At Jai Tai. I've done Jai Tai.
See, that's like I was, I'm kind of a fraud one in my comedy bio when I say a rising star in the Pacific Northwest because I've never done Jai Tai. I haven't gotten that. I'm just trying to get that profile picture of me performing there,
For
That I
that
could be
dragon
official.
background.
Yeah.
Gotta have a sick ass dragon in your back. I think they. I feel like I heard Jai Tai was maybe getting canceled because one of the dudes was racist or some shit.
Well, they'll
Local-
get someone to fill in, I'm sure.
Local-
That checks all the boxes. Yeah, sorry. What were you going to say? You did a thing in Seattle?
Oh, at a Comedy Sports, and like their big press thing was that Ashton Kutcher and what's that lady, the hot chick's name?
Mila
Who's married
Kunis.
to- Mila Kunis. They like dropped in and watched the show.
Oh,
They had like a picture of like Ashton and Mila, or Mina or whatever her name is, and
Mila.
Mila
But
Kunis.
just in the crowd.
Yes.
But
Yeah, like in the crowd, and they took pictures with the improvisers after, and it was just
Imagine having millions of dollars. Like we could do anything tonight in Seattle. We could
organize an eyes wide shut orgy.
Yeah, we could buy
And
an
we drop-
Amazon warehouse and just like rip open all the boxes. And
We decide to go to a Comedy Sports 9:30 show.
oh, on Capitol Hill. Jesus Christ. Go kill yourself. Oh my God. Go shit in your trucker hat.
They just keep thinking it's an episode of Punk'd. Like he's just
Yeah,
gonna
it's
fucking-
gotta be. Jesus.
Oh damn, dude, that's hella funny.
they were seen eating at a Sonic
Right.
afterwards.
They went over to Dick's Burgers and
Yeah, what's that fucking burger place in Seattle?
Dick's, dude.
Dick's
Everyone loves
Burgers.
Dick's.
Eat a dick, Dick's. You fucking little chopped onions, fucking served outside. Go suck a dick. Dude, I saw a girl's car get stolen in the parking lot of a Dick's. The one time I went, the guy just strong armed her, took her keys, stole her car right in front of her. She was yelling. She's like, "Someone stole my car! Stop him!" No one gave a shit. Everyone was just like they're waiting for their burgers.
No one even got out of line.
No one wanted to lose their place in line.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my God.
that's
Yeah,
so
dude.
fucking funny.
Right there on Capitol Hill or wherever.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Oh,
that's pretty solid.
Oh, the fact that people that had already paid for their food and were just waiting wouldn't even do shit like
So
that.
what are you supposed to do? Like fire
Well,
after
wait,
the car?
Max,
Like
where
you're
the
a sheriff?
fuck were you? Where
Good
were
point.
you?
True.
I was in line. I was just. I was there.
You're just like,
What was
"Look,
I gonna
bitch."
do?
I mean,
I kind of didn't know what was going on until after the guy was in the car and driving away. But
you're like, damn,
I thought it was just a fight.
That boyfriend really wants to drive tonight.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going on. You just couldn't tell what was going on.
That's so fucking funny.
And who knows?
Like, man, I'm thinking about getting a number 4. I'm gonna get a number 4 or the number 3. I don't know.
You're just like, hey, bitch, shut up. I'm trying to think about my order over here.
Yeah, and that's the thing I don't like about like these local franchises. It's like they think everyone else knows the lingo, or like, you know, it's like,
oh yeah,
or like, hey, can I get it with no ice? Like, can I get a Diet Coke with no ice? They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't take special requests. Like, I don't know. I've never been to Seattle before.
No, man, the requesting no ice, that's G shit, man. I'm with you.
That was the worst like improv I've ever done in my life. That's my special request.
Yeah, honestly, like, I honestly respect a fucking restaurant that was like, hell no, we only do ice in our drinks. Like, we want to do more work.
They said they couldn't do.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know those things? It's like, hey, no onions on this one.
No, they always got some like whack. It's like, I want the whiz on the side. Like, we don't do whiz on the side. We only do whiz on top. Shut the fuck up.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not from your like third tier city.
My friend told me to order a burger shucky ducky style. And they're like, I don't know what the fuck your friend said, man. Playing you for a fool.
There's this one fool, like hot dog place in Chicago that gets a lot of press because like that's their whole vibe, and it's so great because it's an all black staff being rude as hell to, like, you know, I'm sure it's a mixed crowd, but like you'll just see a bunch of drunk white people, and then it's just all these angry black women being like, yo, shut the fuck up, we don't do that shit here. And then it's like, this local hot dog, it's all, you know, it's like in the food channel, like this local hot dog stand serves up some exquisite urban late night eats. And it's just like this fucking lady just being like, shut up, bitch. You get your fries one way here. That's it. Move along. It's all these people fucking banging on the window and shit.
Wait, that's an act though. They do that on purpose, right? Or is it just...
Sure, it's an act, I guess. I mean, that's honestly how any person working at a hot dog stand would also feel. Like, if I worked at a burrito shop, and our busiest times were like when bars got out, so we would be open to like 3 a.m. So like the bars would close at 2 or 2:30, and we'd be open. And dude, like the maniacs that would come in there to order burritos, you'd just be like,
I can only imagine.
It would be like pretty calm all night, people coming in, getting dinner, and then on a Saturday night, it would be within a half an hour, it would be a line out the door, and it would, after they all left, it's a war zone. Like the toilet's all fucked up, cups are everywhere, people just left their garbage, people passed out on the tables.
What was the name of this burrito place?
Burrito Loco.
Where was it?
Minneapolis.
Oh shit.
And
cops
Burrito Loco
windows.
is like Burrito Loco is like one of the most. There's so many Burrito Locos.
Oh yeah, it was owned by a fucking couple of white brothers and their dad too. It was not a Mexican family. It was just called Burrito Loco.
Were there any Latino people in the establishment?
Yeah, I worked with this one dude. Me and him would smoke weed, and like we would. It was kind of cool. We would like smoke weed in the back and just fry peppers and onions, and then blow the smoke into the fucking air duct. And but the funniest thing that I saw is one guy came in, he was wasted and like started getting aggro and ended up like trying to like reach over the glass, and it was just me and this one guy closing at like 2:33 in the morning. And we're like, all right, dude, well, you're done. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're like losing your shit. And so we're like trying to like kind of push him out. And I finally get him out the door. And he starts just pounding on the fucking glass.
Oh,
and as he's doing it and like spitting and calling us, pieces of shit, a cop rolls up and just like literally gets out of his car, arrests him, puts him in the car and drive. It was like it was a 2-minute arrest. Like the cop saw exactly what he needed to see. And dude, watching someone who like gets owned in the moment where they realize like there's no way out. Like it's such a chef's kiss of a fucking moment where you're like, dude, you piece of and you don't even need to say shit. You're just like watching him, like, yeah, bitch. You're about to get a fucking like, yeah, fuck the cops, but also like, fuck you in the ass, bro. And I hope they fucking charge you with a riot or some whack trumped up charge shit, because like you fucking burn in hell for all I care. And
yeah, that was the highlight of the Minneapolis police. That was their high point right there.
Yeah.
It was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Another time I was there, and this was like peak white guilt, Jake, I guess. We'd have once in a while homeless people come in and like ask for a cup of water, which like, sure, like I don't give a fuck. But my coworker, for some reason,
you know they're getting Sprite,
right?
You know they're getting Sprite,
and again,
good for them.
I don't give a fuck. But my coworker, for some reason, was like a bitch to this guy, and she was like, I'm not giving you a cup because last time you got pop. I was like, it's not our pop, and who cares if this guy gets a free, like,
yeah,
it was a whack. I was like, really, like, you're denying this dude a fucking 10-cent Sprite, like, just let him have it. Mm-hmm. And so he fucking starts getting in a verbal like argument with this lady, and I'm just like, just give him the fuck, whatever. And he fucking snatches the tip jar, which was like huge for us because we didn't get paid that much hourly.
Yeah, man, there were $5s of dollars in there.
Right, snatches it and runs out the front door. And she looks at me. She's like, "Go get him." And I'm just like, "Bitch, go get him." Well, I always feel bad about this. I always feel bad because I feel like I should have. So he gets on a bike, and I fucking burst out. And I used to be a lot faster than I am now. So I fucking chased him down, and I caught up to enough of his bike that he made a mistake and flipped over it, and he like fucked himself up.
Oh shit!
And it was just. And so I'm looking, it's me. I'm this fucking whatever. I don't even know if I was old enough to drink yet. I might have been like 20 years old, I think, And it's me and this fucking homeless black dude, eye to eye. He's all fucked up under his bike, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, just like give me the jar, bro. Like just give me the fucking money. I'm not gonna call the cops." And he's just like, "Fuck you." And then I guess this was the right move, but I was just like, you know what, man, just keep the fucking money. I just let him walk away. But I felt kind of whack because, like, I told my dad, and I was like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I felt bad. Like, he's just, like, a homeless dude, and, like, I don't need the money as much as him. And my dad was like, look, man, I'm as liberal as they come, but you should have got that fucking money. Like, he was just like, nah, dude, that ain't the way to be. Like, you should have taken the money. And I always felt.
Could you have gotten the money? Like,
yeah, I could have just grabbed it from him. But I just felt really bad. It was just this weird moment. I was like this white dude standing over this fucked up black homeless dude, and I was like, "Damn, I'm really about to just like snatch this $20." Like
if he was white, would you have taken the money back?
Hell yeah, fuck that white homeless dude.
Your dad was like, "Dude, you just betrayed your Jewish roots."
Right?
Dog.
He was like,
leaving that a bucket of money to us.
He was like, "Son, what the? Did I raise the fucking pussy?" I was like, "I guess you did, Dad. I guess you did."
Wait, but would you have had to, like, wrestle him for the money, or could you just have clean swiped the jar back?
Well, I mean, he was on the ground on his back, so I probably could have just quick gone up, snatched the jar, and been like, fuck off. But I just felt like watching
the jar was away from him? He wasn't in possession of the jar anymore?
No, I think he, like, had it, like, in his hand or next to him, but, like, he was on the ground, dude. It wouldn't have been that hard to get it. But just, like, watching him kind of, like, swear, but he was kind of in pain because he had just literally like flipped off a bike right as I chased his ass down. I don't know, my like white guilt. I was just like, fuck, dude, I can't be.
And he wasn't wearing a helmet.
No helmet, dude. It was funny
he had time
because
to put on a helmet.
I couldn't believe how actually I caught up. Like, I was more impressed with myself that I caught up to a dude on a bike. Like, I was just like, because he was riding away and he was like, fuck you, and then he turned around and just biffed it super fucking hard. And I was, and I probably was also like, yo, dude, the fucking payoff for me was watching this motherfucker hurt himself. Like, the money, whatever,
Sunk cost.
You were like Will Smith in Men in Black chasing down that dude.
Oh, dude, it was
through the museum.
It was in the moment. I was like thinking, damn, I'm fast as fuck right now. Like, I just couldn't believe that I caught up to a dude on a bike because he laughed at me. That was I should have taken it. He laughed at me. And he was like, ha ha. And then I remember he looked back and his eyes were hella big because I was right on his ass. He's like, oh, fuck. And then he just goes, whoa. And he fucking biffed it super hard.
Wow. It was a reverse Jesse Owens.
Yeah, dude. It was the 1936 Olympics that Hitler wanted, but he wanted a Jewish white guy to oust a black man on a bike. That sounds like a weird like slavery thing. Like if they would have been like, if the racists were to reverse, like, can this black slave beat a white man on a bicycle? Find out at the local county fair. Oh, damn. Another.
How much time passed between him laughing at you and him eating shit on the bike?
Dude, it was less than a block, so I caught up to him in about, 3 seconds, and he really changed his tune, and then I remember him looked around, and he fucking just ate it hard. Huh? Another time, there was a movie theater down the way from the Burrito Loco, and I had,
was it down the way or around the way?
Down the way, right down the block. Okay. There was a movie
down
theater.
On the corner.
And I was with my
out
parents.
in the street.
Taking tip jobs from black guys. We were about to go to a movie, and I was like, yo, I happen to be wearing my old Burrito Loco shirt. And I was like, and they had 2 locations. They had one next to, right where we were, Dylan, for the festival, the University of Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Right in that fucking main, crazy part that we all had all that shit happen. Yeah. It's called Dinkintown. And, but they have the one I worked at, and I was like, yo, I have my Burrito Loco shirt. I'm just going to tell them that I work at the other location. So I walked in and just walked behind, didn't say shit. And just started making myself a burrito. And he's like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I work at the other location. He's like, I also work at the other location, bro. You don't work here. And I just had to fucking dip out of there. And my parents like, what are you doing? I was just like, shut up. Just shut up. It doesn't matter. And I had to run down into the movie theater. And he was like, what? He was like, bro, who the fuck are you? I was like, I work here, bro. And he's like, you don't work here. I know who works here.
You tried to go make yourself a burrito on the house and got caught?
Got caught. All these Burrito Loco bitches just so fucking
caught
snitches.
With pinto beans in your hands.
Such snitches.
You hit him with the, I know the manager at the other place. He's like, I am the manager at the other place.
I am the manager at the other place, bitch. Yeah.
My passed Burrito down Loco through my white family for generations.
Yeah. Burrito Loco has been passed down in the Johnson family for generaciones.
We were originally Crazy Burrito, but we had to change the name.
Yeah.
When we got to this country.
Crazy Burrito just doesn't have that ring.
Damn, dudes, this has been fun.
Hell
this
yeah.
has been a good one.
Hell yeah, boys. Good
times.
Times.
Everyone, thank you so much for listening. And we'll be back next week with another brand new episode. Shout out to producer Jack for editing, putting this shit together. Thank you all for listening. And we'll hear from you all next time.
Peace.